Now at 6:33, with just days left until Britain exits the European Union, they are still no closer to a solid plan, and that could affect much of the world, including us right here in the United States. So to talk about the latest with Brexit, we got Dr. Greg Jackson here from Utah Valley University. Okay, things just continue to be rough there.
Yes,
they voted
they do.
again yesterday, and still no deal.
Yeah, about 40 Tory MPs moved toward the deal since January, but it was still 150 votes shy of passing.
Okay, so we are a long ways from where we need to go.
And we only have 2 weeks to get there.
And that's the problem. We'll get to what's going to happen at that point, but talk about this growing divide. Nobody seems, they're making some progress, but they just cannot come to a, this is what we're going to do.
Yeah, the issue is that those who are opposed for polar opposite reasons. You've got the hardline Brexiteers who are not willing to make any sort of deal. Many of them want to crash out of the European Union. And the other side that's opposing are those who want to remain within the European Union. So for some, Theresa's plan gives too much power to the EU, keeps Britain too far in it, and then for others, it doesn't take Britain far enough out of it. So, you know, how do you make peace between that?
Well, we're seeing Theresa May, the Prime Minister, they're not able to find a compromise that anyone is agreeing on.
Exactly.
They're going to vote again today on maybe pushing the deadline, but that in of itself has some serious ramifications.
So they're going to vote, technically today they're going to vote on whether or not they should just crash out.
Okay.
That's going to be a thing. Now, no one expects that motion will actually carry. And then tomorrow, after everyone says, yeah, let's not crash out of the European Union, then they're going to vote on whether or not they should try and get an extension. However, that would require all 28 member states of the European Union unanimously agreeing to extending that deadline. And furthermore, the main negotiator for the European Union, Michel Barnier, he's made it very clear that he's not willing to extend it just for the sake of extending. There needs to be a legitimate explanation as to how more time is going to actually, move the ball down the field, so to speak, in terms of negotiations.
Because at this vantage point, changing the deadline doesn't seem like it'll make any difference at all.
No, and Barnier and other EU leaders have also said emphatically, this is the best deal that they can offer, that they're willing to offer. So, as far as they're concerned, basically, if the UK doesn't want this deal, it can crash out of the European Union. So, to return to this idea of extending the deadline, the EU saying, what good is that going to do? If you don't like this deal, we have nothing more to offer you. Why should we extend?
Okay, let's talk quickly here. We're running out of time, but the ramifications for the entire world, this could be huge financial downfalls.
Yeah, so if you think about the prediction by some economists that Britain's GDP for this year will drop 8%. And you remember that London is a major financial destination. Utah itself, we export as a state more to the UK than any other foreign destination. So beyond just stocks possibly dropping, we're talking about disruption of supply chain. Imagine if you are a Utah mining company, for instance, and you are exporting to Europe, but the UK is where you enter Europe. Well, now your supply chain is going to get messed up when it goes from London to, say, Brussels.
Wow.
Right?
Okay, so we'll be watching.
Lots of ripple effects.
To see if any compromise can be found there.
We will.
Okay, Greg Jackson here from Utah Valley University. If you want to learn more about what they're doing there for their Center for National Security Studies, you can find information online at abc4.com.